you're working and you know that you love this job and you want to keep this job, you want to advance in this job, and then your manager says, hey, it's time for your job performance review. And you go, oh no, I don't want to go in there and see about my job performance review because I know there's going to be criticism, and it starts to affect you really badly because you are now thinking about all the criticism in that performance review. And so you go in there, and that is what happens. You get a lot of criticism back, and that affects you in a great way. And you're like, I don't know why it's affecting me in this way. And you're trying to figure it out. You're trying to find out. And you realize after looking through some different things when you get home, you might have rejection sensitive dysphoria or RSD. And so, what I want to do today is go over what RSD is. I'm going to use that for the remainder of this video and this podcast because rejection sensitive dysphoria is a really long phrase to say. And so, I'm going to call this a game plan for performance reviews with RSD. Let's get into it. Before I can tell you about my great game plan for RSD and job performance reviews, what I do have to do is go over what RSD actually is. So I looked up at WebMD and this is what they had to say. Is that most people who have ADHD are also very sensitive to what other people think or say about them. This is sometimes called rejection sensitive dysphoria or RSD, which is not a medical diagnosis but a way of describing certain symptoms associated with ADHD. Dysphoria comes from a Greek word that means hard to bear. People who have RSD don't handle rejection well. They get very upset if they think someone has shunned or criticized them. Even if it's not the case, up to 99% of teens and adults with ADHD are more sensitive than usual to rejection. Now, another way that you can look at this is going to be that RSD is really criticism sensitivity. Now, you're going to get in that job review performance, and your manager is going to come over to you and say, these are the things that you are doing wrong and have been doing wrong for a long time, and you need to improve these things, and that's criticism. And you might be like, whoa, I don't want to hear all this right now. I came in here, I thought I was doing a good job. I don't want to hear all this criticism right now. But the thing I would say about this is going to be feedback is always needed because feedback helps you to improve, right? Like you've gone through your life and you've done good grades and bad grades and taken classes. You want feedback. A grade is feedback. You did really well on a test, you want to see that A. Now, if you do really bad on a test, you don't want to see that F. But the point of it is feedback is given to help you improve. And so when you're in that performance review, they're going to give you feedback. Even if you're doing a lot of things excellent, they're still going to find something to tell you, hey, improve on this and improve on that. Even if you're doing a really good job of it, they still have to tell you something to improve. So don't take feedback as, hey, we are just being critical of you right now, and you do nothing right. That's not the point of it. It's really about, we want to help you. We're your employer. We want to help you. And here's the feedback I'm going to give you. And if you did do something wrong, they're going to give you feedback on that too. But if you are doing good and doing a great job, they're going to tell you, hey, these are things you're doing well, but they're also going to give you, hey, this is the thing that you need to work on, or these are the couple things you need to work on. Now, thinking about it more, you might experience overwhelm when you are in this performance review because you might hear a lot of criticism. You might say, that's a lot for me to take in. I don't want to take that in right now. And so when you do that, when you're overwhelmed, there's probably two things you're going to do. You're probably going to either shut down, which is not good, or you might get really defensive. And when you get really defensive, you might say things that you don't really mean or don't mean to say. Or you might just get angry and just go off at the handle, and then you'll be like, whoa, I just did that. And your boss will be like, whoa, you just did that. And that creates issues. Watch how your emotions kind of go up when you're in a meeting getting criticism and you get all emotional about it. When you get emotional, executive function goes down. When you're all in your emotions, you're using less executive function. You are just in your emotions. You're not thinking about anything, any restraints, anything of that nature. You are not using executive function at all. And you're already dealing with executive function deficit. If you have ADHD, this creates bad situations, basically. This is what you have to watch out for. You have to just watch out for it. Now, what you can do is this, you're in there, you're hearing all the criticism, and then after the criticism happens and you get out of the performance review, you want to go in the bathroom and just let it all out, that's different. Just don't do it in the performance review itself. Just don't go off on your manager and be like, hey, whatever, that's not me, I didn't do it, whatever. And they may be saying something completely wrong to you too. They may say you did something you didn't do it at all. And that's gonna make you angry. That's gonna make you mad. That's gonna be like, wait, what? I didn't do that. I had nothing to do with that. That was so so that did that. And I did not do that thing. And like I said, they may be completely wrong, but you still have to respect them and not be going off the handle and being angry and being mad at them, and just let something out that you don't mean to let out. Now, the performance review is not all a bad thing. They're not just going to talk about the bad things that you've done. They're going to talk about the good things as well. So you're going to hear some of the good things that you did. You're going to hear some of the accomplishments that you did, the goals that you met, the things that you did well, the things that they're really happy about. You're going to hear all those things too in that performance review. And performance reviews are there to help you grow, because once you get that feedback, you're like, okay, I can now approach this thing at a different way. I was approaching it this way, I got the feedback, and now I can do this or this, and that's going to help me grow. That's going to help me improve. That's going to help me do my job better. That's going to help me excel and maybe get that promotion I want to get to, or change over to a different job I want to change into in the same company. It's going to all help me grow, help me to develop myself. And so you need to look at it that way too. You need to look at, like, say, hey, my manager's saying this and that's good, and they're telling me all the good things, and that's great. And now I'm going to use that to help myself grow and do more and more about the good stuff they talked about. Now, if you're so good at the good stuff that it's not going to be a challenge for you anymore, you're just like, hey, I'm good, I need to have a different area to work on, then do that as well. Just try to see performance reviews as positive and not so much a negative thing, because there are some positive to it. It does not mean it all has to be negative, and it's not going to be all negative, hopefully. You should have some good things there that they're going to talk about, things that you did, things that you're doing well, things that are doing amazing at. There's a good side and a bad side to performance reviews, and this is more about the good side, and this is what you can look forward to. And this can keep you positive, because yes, you might get a little bit overwhelmed going to a performance review, but you can sit there and say, yes, I'm going to see some good things as well that they notice about me and what I do. That's all I have today. I hope that this information has been helpful to you. I hope that you've enjoyed the podcast as well as the video if you're on YouTube. If you are on YouTube, go and click the subscribe button for me. If you're on the podcast, do the same. And if you're on YouTube, make sure that you leave a like and a comment, and always make sure to ring that notification bell for me, because it does helps me, help the podcast, helps the YouTube channel, and helps me reach more people. Take it, have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you later.